Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. So, Kemi Badenoch. We all know about the strikes that are currently going on regarding the junior doctors, and this is going to be a 5-day strike. We know that Wes Streeting is very upset about this, very angry that they've decided to go on strike given the pay rise they had earlier on when Labour got into power. And obviously, I think Kemi Badenoch and the Tory party have decided to weigh in on this argument. And what they are saying, what Kemi Badenoch is saying, that if Conservatives get back into power, what they're going to do is they're going to restrict a doctor's ability to go on strike, similar to the way they do with the police and the armed forces, so that they can't just go on strike. And that means that they have to fulfil a minimum criteria, or fulfil minimum deployment in terms of hospital care and things like that. And Kemi Badenoch thinks that this is something which is going to stop these things, like these strikes for 4 or 5 days in a row and things like this, striking over pay. She thinks it's something that's going to alleviate the problem. But I would have to say, is it something that the Tory party should be weighing in on? Is this something that doctors should be forced to do? Should they be forced not to strike, like the police officers and the army? Or do you think that they should be given the option to strike? I think a lot of it depends on which side of the fence you're on. If you're on the side of the fence that says, actually, doctors are getting more than enough money, I don't think they need to strike, then you're obviously you're more likely to say that they shouldn't be allowed to just strike whenever they want to. But if you're on the other side of the fence, you know, if you are a doctor yourself, or if you are of the camp that doctors aren't being paid enough and should get more money, then maybe you would be against such a thing. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on this down in the comment section, because it's one of those areas where if it gets to the point where the government say, okay, doctors are not allowed to just go on strike, there has to be a minimum service provided, and so for that reason you can't just all go out on strike, would that have a negative effect on the number of people that they recruit in terms of doctors? Would it have would it be counterproductive from a doctor's point of view? Because if they are then barred from striking in the traditional sense of the word, would that then leave them open to perhaps future abuse by governments who say, well, I'm not going to give you a pay rise, you can't go on strike anyway? Does that then play into the hands of the government by saying, you can't go on strike, so we're not going to give you a pay rise? It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have to say on this. Please do subscribe, by the way, if you've got this far, to help push the channel go forward, and I'll see you next time.